Today, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to get better at fighting in Chapter 2 Remix. We'll cover how to read your opponents, how to pick the right playstyle, and how to handle fights with confidence. These tips are designed to help you become a better fighter overall, so let's jump right in. The first thing I want to talk about is you need to learn how to assess your opponent's skill level early. From the very first shot, try to get a feel of their skill level. This will help you decide how you can approach the fight. If you tag a player and they start panic building, throwing around their walls and stairs, that's usually a sign that they're less experienced. This is the kind of player that you can play aggressive on and keep under pressure. Now, on the other hand, if you tag them and they instantly set up a quick base, building multiple boxes, or even making the snail, then you're likely dealing with a more experienced player. In this case, you need to play more cautiously since they're ready to counter you if you overcommit. The next thing I want to talk about is choosing whether you want to play aggressively or defensively. This is a big part in controlling your fights. If you're going to play aggressive, it all starts with getting a good opening shot. This means taking the first hit while it's still safe. Once you get the opening shot on them, keep the pressure up so they don't have time to keep boxing up or just reset the fight in general. Now, if you're on the defensive side, your goal is to slow down the fight. This is where you're going to be building multiple boxes or even a snail depending on how much damage you were dealt, which makes it a ton harder for your opponent to keep track of you. From playing defensive, you're able to control the fight more from within and play a more default style and reset the fight in total, which may just turn the player away entirely. One thing that you will always get an edge from is staying unpredictable. When you're too predictable, your opponent's just going to learn your moves and he's going to be able to counter them easily. For example, if you're trying to make the same window edit every time on your wall, they're just going to expect it. They're going to pump right where your window is, or they're going to pre-fire and grab the wall back. So mix it up. Use different edits, use different angles, play different speeds, slow down, speed up. You don't always have to play at one speed, and this will keep them guessing and give you more control over the flow of the fight. And always stay active. If you're trying to be unpredictable, you cannot sit still. You have to stay active, or else the player is just going to simply predict you. Moving around is going to make it a ton harder for your opponent to track you, and when they lose track of you, it's going to be easier to be unpredictable. From this next one, you need to know how to learn properly from losing fights. Everyone here isn't perfect. We all lose fights, so learning from losing fights is one of the biggest ways to improve. After a tough loss in creative or in game, go back and watch what happened. Did you miss a crucial shot, or did you overcommit on an edit? This reflection will help you pinpoint exactly what you did wrong and that you can fix it for the next time. A method of learning that I always like to use for learning from my mistakes is the sticky note method. Simply take a sticky note, write 1 or 2 words on it, and stick it to the bottom of your monitor. Read through those words every time you're in a scenario where you feel like you need that quick refresh, and you'll get yourself back on track. You are meant to lose. This game is impossible to win every time, and that's the greatest part of it. Another thing that's going to help you a ton is fighting players that are better than you. Yeah, I get it. It's frustrating, but each fight that you lose is going to teach you a ton more than you would ever gain from just winning the fight. If you want to improve fast, you need to challenge yourself. Stop fighting bots or players that you know are clearly worse than you. Find a really good player who's going to challenge you constantly and overall is going to help you improve. For this last tip, it sounds kind of crazy, but you need to be able to show confidence even when you're tagged first. Sometimes you're the one that's going to take the first hit. That's just how the game goes. In these situations, you need to be able to keep your confidence and your momentum shifted in your direction. Instead of instantly trying to heal and instantly trying to make space, take the aggressive angle. Try to go for a shot back and try to catch them off guard. When you act confident, the player is going to give you more respect, and overall it's going to allow you to have more space and more control in the fight. Confidence, even when you're on your back foot, is often the difference between staying in control and letting your opponent dictate the fight. Those are my top tips for getting better at fighting in Chapter 2 Remix. Try these out in game and let me know if they work in the comments. If you're enjoying these tips, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.